I'm in.
Well done, Susie.
Hi. I had trouble getting in. Hi, Red.
Hey,
Hello, Susie. How are
Hi,
you
how
doing
are
today?
you? Good. How's everyone doing?
hey,
Great.
Larry.
I see Red Reference in the house. How you
Yeah.
doing, Red?
How you doing, Heather?
Welcome, everybody. We're going to get started soon. We got a chat going, too. Let's see. I'm going to say hello to a few people, then I'm going to go through the ground rules for today. Hi there.
Go ahead, Susie.
Is that Charles?
Yes, that's me. How you doing?
Good. How are
I'm out
you?
of town. I was struggling to look for a comfortable place.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have the link, but Red sent it to me, so I'm good now. I just hope I
Okay.
can bring people in for Q&A.
All right.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, maybe I can get
That's
the
good.
link
You
later.
should be able to. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, how's everybody doing today? Welcome. My name is Susie McCrae, coming to you from Amherst, Massachusetts in the United States. Today is a public webinar that you've been invited to as a guest from someone who wants to share the business ONPASSIVE with you, and they really care about you. So today's webinar will start in about 9 minutes or less, and you're going to have a few presenters that are going to go through information about ONPASSIVE. And then after that, it will be opened up to a Q&A. And I want to remind everyone, today is a public guest webinar. So the Q&A is for the guests who are here today. And the best way when we're done, we'll give you instructions again, is to raise your hand, okay? And I'm going to repeat this a couple times just so everyone's clear. If you're an attendee and you raise your hand, we're going to see it. And if you decide that you don't want to come on and ask your question, lower your hand. Once we bring you into the panel to ask your question, you will have access to the microphone and your video, and you'll see it there and you'll be able to ask your questions. The other way you can ask questions is in the Q&A. I would like people to refrain from asking questions in the chat, because a lot of times it's difficult to go back into the chat, and we want to make sure we get your questions. So you can go down to the Q&A. So welcome. I'm going to say hello to a few people and then probably repeat myself a few more times. Anyway, this is the public webinar. Welcome to all the guests, and also welcome to current founders who are joining us today. This business is in over 200 countries across the globe. So you're going to see people from all around the world on this webinar, which is a great thing. You're going to learn more about ONPASSIVE in a few minutes. Hi, Dawn is here from British Columbia. Paul is here from the UK. Linda Chapata is here from Tennessee. Hello. Let's see, Alan G is here, South Africa in the house. I told you we are from all around the globe. Edith is here from the UK. Hello. We are in it to win it. Hello, Dr. Georgie. How are you? Elizabeth Leary is saying hello from the United Kingdom. There's my friend Judy Oliver from one beautiful Sarasota, Florida. Looks like we just had Mike Ellis join us. Good morning. Mike, it's still morning for me. You too. Listra is saying hello from Ontario. Good morning, Queen Susie. Oh boy. Do I look like a queen today? I'm pretty in pink today though. Got my hair done this week, so I'm good to go. Don McIntyre saying hello to everyone. Hello, Kevin Rutledge. Everyone, yes, it is a glorious day. Dr. Georgie saying hello to everyone too. We have someone from Virginia Beach, Lillian, hello. Chris Johnson is in the house from Michigan. Hello, Chris. Michelle Weaver is here from South Carolina. Hello. Quebec, Canada. Oh, yes, hula hoop. Carol, yes, my relatives were from Quebec. I have a little Canadian French in me. Hello, Charles, you're a man on a mission. Yes, Kamal Bahandri is saying good evening to everyone. You see, we're in over 200 countries across the globe, so you're going to see people here. So I'm going to stop saying hello and kind of set you up for what today is about and what's going to happen today. Few little ground rules. So today is a public webinar, and if you're invited as a guest, that's a great thing because whoever invited you cares about you. So it's a guest webinar where you're going to learn about a business called ONPASSIVE. We're going to have a few people do a presentation, and then after the presentation, we're going to open it up for Q&A. As a reminder, the Q&A for this public guest webinar is for our guests. So if you are a current founding member of ONPASSIVE, we have a Q&A on Mondays dedicated to ask questions there. The other way you can ask a question if you're shy and you don't want to come on live and ask the question is go down to the Q&A and you can type in your question. Please try to refrain from putting questions in the chat because it becomes difficult after, to find those. But in the Q&A, it's a little bit easier for Mr. Q&A himself, Redfern. Okay. The other thing is after the presentation, if you're interested in asking a question, you can go into whatever device you're on and find raise a hand. You raise your hand and we'll see that. And I'll bring people in. And when we bring you in for raising your hand, it will bring you on like you see me now, and you'll have access to open up your video and open up your microphone, and we'll ask you to unmute yourself and ask your question. However, if you raised your hand by mistake, just lower it. There's a way you can raise and you can lower it. Okay, so we're going to get started in a few minutes. A few other things I want to mention to you is this webinar may be a little bit different than webinars you may have been invited to in the past. I'm going to tell you why. The reason is we're here to share with you a business called ONPASSIVE and an opportunity for you to become a founding member like those on the screen and several people in the chat. The only way you can become a founding member is to get back to the person who invited you, because it's by invitation only. So in this webinar, we are not going to pester, pressure, or try to convince you to jump on board. But we truly believe once you hear today's presentation, you're going to run back to the person who invited you and jump on board and be part of ONPASSIVE. The other thing, a gentle reminder, is that whether you've been in business before, whether you've done any online business, it doesn't matter. That's the beauty of ONPASSIVE, and you're going to hear about that today. So if you hear things about, oh, geez, I've never done that, or I don't know what they mean about building a team or traffic or being online or marketing, please just sit back and relax. The beauty of ONPASSIVE, it's for everybody. I have several family members and friends who know nothing about the online world except maybe surfing the net and getting their email, and they're all founding members because they've caught the vision of this unbelievable company. So I guess we can start recording. Charles, if you want to start the recording, and I'll start introducing some people.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. So welcome everyone.
I think recording is on already. Okay, let's go ahead.
Okay, good. Well, welcome everybody. This is a public webinar for guests to learn about a business called ONPASSIVE. After we're done the presentation, we'll tell you again how to come in on the Q&A. As a reminder, the Q&A is for our guests today. If you're a current founder, there's opportunities for that on Monday to ask your questions. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. His name is Marty DeGarmo. He comes to us from New Jersey in the United States. Marty, for the first 17 years in his career, he was a project manager. And in the last 15 plus years, he transitioned into online marketing, online businesses. He has seen everything, he has done everything, and we are so pleased to have him on board as a founder because he has a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience. So he's going to share that with you, and then you're going to see a presentation, and I'll be back to help facilitate the Q&A. So Marty, good to see you on this Saturday, and it's all yours.
Thanks, Susie. Great job as usual.
Thank you.
You are the wind beneath our wings, Cheryl.
And I'm wearing pink with a new hair trim today, so I'm feeling good today.
I see. You look good. You're looking
Thanks.
good.
Thanks.
Welcome everybody here on a Saturday morning, the 15th of May. You're invited here, like Susie said, probably by a friend, a family, or someone that cares about you. You've probably been to many, many Zooms and webinars if you've been online more than a month and heard a lot of stuff. Well, I can only tell you what I know. And what I know is I've worked online for about 17 years. The first 7 were a disaster. I would get in a business like most people, thinking it'd be easy to make money. I listened to what was said. I did what they told me. I had the right mindset, and my why was huge, and it didn't work. And that went on and on and on and on. I found out later on it's not quite what they said, and that you have to learn some type of skill. Now, I was on disability, so I had full time to dedicate to learning this online marketing thing. And I did as much as I could. Every day there's something new to learn, but I could build a team, and I teamed up with Mike Ellis here and Dan Street, who's not here, and also we're working with Red Redford. But what happened was when I teamed up with them, you find out some people are good at one thing, somebody's something else. And for the 3 of us, it turned out pretty well. We could market, we could bring people in. If the business was half decent, make a little money. But there was the bad part of it, which I didn't know until is even if you can market and build a team, there's so many factors in there that you have no control over. One is the company legit? Are the products viable? You're going to hear this from Charles Osong, expert on the products, absolute expert. No one knows more. And that's what you run into, because you have to take the word of the company and you don't know. And we got burnt. We built some business, pretty good sized groups, and the business wasn't what they said they were. And one day we'd wake up and they wouldn't be there, or the pay plan changed. But on top of all that, the worst thing that we ran into is we couldn't bring anybody with us. Now, people will tell you as a guru or a specialist or a marketer, whatever they want to call themselves, that you follow me and I'll make you'll know what I know. It's impossible. You cannot duplicate what you're doing past maybe 1 or 2 levels. Then what happens to everybody else? And if everybody isn't making something, eventually they quit. So what marketers really are in the industry is they can bring people faster in than they quit. And I didn't want any parts of that, because that just seems crazy. That puts people as a number, not a person. So in talking with Mike and Dan a couple of years ago, I said, I'm going to go look for something that gives everybody an even playing field. And I thought inside deeply that company did not exist, because I haven't seen it yet. But I did look, and thank God I ran into Red and Peter Rogers, and I worked with them before, and I trusted them. And I asked them, what are you guys doing? And Peter and Red told me about this company. And I had a few bullet points, and the bar was low, right? I mean, I'm looking, can we make money? Yeah. Are the products in high demand? Yes. Can the people I invite to this thing make money? And is it legit? Right? Pretty easy. And all of the boxes were clicked. I joined. Okay. I learned a lot more later, but because I could answer at least those, I was like, okay, we have a chance. And I never saw it before, anything like it. So we did, and then I went back to Mike and Dan, and they joined that day, same day. And then from there on, we did learn what this is. And I can't think of a month in the last 2 years that I didn't see that this is bigger than I thought it was. And yes, the playing field's even and everybody wins. I'm going to turn it over to Charles Osong. He's been in the IT spectrum for about 3 decades. Okay. He's worked online for about the same amount of time. He's retired from offline things, but now he's dedicated to this. And when Mr. Charles Osong saw what this company is offering with his background, he said, "You've got to be kidding." He looked at it and said, if they can do half of what they say, it's going to blow up the internet. And I don't want to ruin his little parade here, so let me turn it over to Mr. Charles Osong. Charles,
Yes, thank you, Maddie.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Maddie, for all the accolades. I am humbled to be working with great minds like you, Red, Mike Ellis, all of us here. We have seen this, and we have tons of experience. And all I'm going to be doing, my friends, I'm going to be telling you my story. But before I do that, I want to welcome the founders back. And I want to welcome especially our guest. I'm sorry if you hear some noise in my background. There are some people cutting the grass. I can't stop them. Okay. So I want to welcome our guest here today because we really love you. We want you as part of this family. We are a humanitarian company and we're trying to help humanity. So the more people we get, the better off we are. So like I said earlier, I will be telling you my story. You already heard it. I've been in the IT for tons of years. I've been a businessman, offline, it doesn't matter. But during my time as in the IT industry, I ran into the works of Mr. Warren Buffett, who said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So ever since that day, I've been looking for ways to make money in my sleep for what they call passive residual income. So just over 4 years ago, I decided to retire from my corporate America job. And I remember a colleague of mine looking at me and going, "Wow, Charles, you must be very fortunate. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early." And I said to him, on the contrary, I've been working for so long and I can't seem to save up the money, the kind of money that I want. So there must be a better way. I have to do things differently. And that's why I'm resigning. So I went and opened an office in the state of Maryland in the United States. And just over 2 years ago, a trusted friend of mine walked into my office and said to me, "Charles, I have this opportunity that I want to share with you." And just so you know, prior to retiring, I had been studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is simple. You bring them an opportunity. They look at it inside out, okay? So that they can make an informed decision. I pretended to be like one of them that day. I told my friend, I'm going to look at this opportunity. But first, I have 3 questions for you. This opportunity that you bring to me today, am I going to be able to make money if I cannot recruit? If I cannot sell to even one person, am I still going to make money? And I mean real money, okay? Enough money to give me financial freedom. Just like I told you guys, I had time freedom because I had retired. But I was looking for financial freedom. So together we call it total freedom. So I asked my friend that day, am I going to be able to make that kind of money if I cannot recruit even one person? He said to me, "Charles, you will. You will make enough money to leave a legacy to your children, your grandchildren, and beyond." That sounded like music to my ears. And I said, okay, let's go to question number 2. will I have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill, month in, month out? In the industry, they call it auto ship. Will I have to pay a monthly auto ship? He said, Charles, when this company launches, you will come out of pocket one time and that's it. I kind of like that. And then I asked him, I said, let's go to the third question. But before I do that, I just want to share with you how I came about that question, right? Excuse me. Just towards the end of 2016, when I knew for a fact I was going to retire from corporate America, I coined those two questions that I just mentioned. They worked very well, at least for some time. I was making a lot of money, and I thought I had arrived, but not for long. Okay? About a year and a half later, all of them went belly up. They took a nosedive. So I started studying rigorously what happened. Thankfully, I had been studying the behavioral patterns of successful people. I had to fail forward because I realized that each of these companies, none of them had a legitimate, viable product. And by legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. So that became my third question. I asked my friend that day, does this company have a legitimate, viable product? Just like Maddie mentioned a few moments ago. Viable, right? Viable means something that you and I, mankind, humanity, we need on a daily basis. For example, your cell phone. You don't have your cell phone today, you're going to be crying. Internet service. With no internet service, life is miserable. So when I asked my friend that day, he said, hey, Charles, you have an IT background. Why don't you take a look at these products? So I did. I went, took a look at them, came back to him, and I said to him, my friend, should this company succeed in what they are trying to do, we are in for an internet quake. We are going to have a shake-up of the internet. But I also told him, we're going to have to buckle up, fasten our seatbelts, and wait, because it's going to take a while. He didn't like that. He said to me, Charles, why would you say that? I said, it's simple. You told me to look at the products. I did. And I understand what this company is doing. They are using artificial intelligence, AI for short, in every step of the development process. My friends, AI is a disruptive technology. What does that mean? A technology that comes every once in a while. It'll change the way we do things. It'll disrupt our lives, such as the internet. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. And that takes time. That is why I told my friend, we are going to have to buckle up, fasten our seatbelts, and enjoy this roller coaster. But I also told him, I don't care how long it's going to take. I need to be part of this company today. I had something called FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life, and I wasn't going to miss out on this one for no length of time and at no cost. So I also asked him, how much is it going to cost me to be part of this company? And I was thinking some huge amount of money, $20,000, maybe more. But my friend told me, Charles, not to worry. All you need is $97. $97. And I said, okay, great. Pull out my credit card, put it on there. By the time we were done, $102 it costed me. So yes, there's a $5 fee when you pay using credit or debit card. Big deal. I told him, listen, call me when this company is closer to launch because I don't have 4 years or 5 years to be monitoring, right? And he said, no problem. 8 months later, he gave me a call. Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us. I said, no problem. Hop on the call. And there was Mr. Ashmore Farah, the CEO of this company. Yes. Mr. Ashmore Farah, for those of us who have been here for some time, we have come to know and love him dearly. Not only because it's going to help us make money, and I can assure you he will. It will help us make a lot of money. But also, and more importantly, because of his heart. His heart for humanity. We have quite a few geniuses out there. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. These guys, all of them have the brains, but do they have the heart? As you come to join ONPASSIVE, you will find out. Not only does our CEO have the brains, but he also has the heart. Okay? So, that day I said to myself, this is the company I want to be with. Mr. Mofara came on board. He said, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. As a matter of fact, I was listening to him for the first time ever. Remember that. We have been making a lot of progress. We have leased a building in Bangalore, in India. For those of you who are familiar with that part of the world, it is like the Silicon Valley of India, right? Leased a building, high-rise building. Today, we are in a different place called Hyderabad. If you look at Madi Digamo's background, you'll see a building. That's our new building, Hyderabad in India. But back then, we were leasing a high-rise building, 2 floors in that building, and Mr. Mofara had gone taking 200 engineers. And these engineers, he said, are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, most startup companies are going to have 20, 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, 9, maybe 10 hours a day. But Mr. Mofara goes to the source. And when I say source, for those of us who are in IT, you would agree with me that Indians are the best in the game. He goes there. He did not get 20 or 25 engineers. He got 200 of them. And these guys are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. Now, that is when my belief factor goes up, because I'm saying to myself, with this kind of a resource, yes, you can cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you are able to do in 2 years what is supposed to take 5 years, 6 years. So my belief factor goes up, and I became a man on a mission. I said, hey, I need to make sure everybody on planet Earth hears about this opportunity. Mr. Mofara went on. He said, we're going to come up with an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, because some of us, founding members, you and I, have been unethical. So when you get into ONPASSIVE, you're going to see an NDA. And that is the reason. I told everybody, all the friends of mine, come on, let's spread the word of this company. Got a few of my friends to my office. We decided upon Zoom. Thanks to technology, with Zoom, all you need is a smart device. iPhone, laptop, iPad, doesn't matter. Internet access, and you are on. And I told them, we're going to spread the word. Those who have ears can hear. Those who don't, we've done our part. What is this company I'm telling you about? ONPASSIVE, right behind Madi Digamo, ONPASSIVE as in Victor, E as in Edward. Our CEO and founder that I just mentioned to you guys a few moments ago. He graduated with a master's in e-commerce, internet marketing, and information technology. Went back to Harvard, did more studies on how to do business online. Our CEO has a knack for artificial intelligence, that disruptive technology I just mentioned to you guys. He's a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Traffic is the key in ONPASSIVE. Traffic is our differentiator. Traffic is the reason I can dream today. Traffic is the reason I can invite you all to dream with me today. So what is traffic? Let's spend a couple minutes talking about traffic. Traffic is the most important element in any business. It doesn't matter if it's offline or online. But I know most of us have an age. We are more used to offline businesses. So let's start with offline business, okay? So you have a business offline, and I have the same business. It doesn't matter what kind of business. It can be a car dealership. It can be a hair salon. Doesn't matter. But let's just say it's a restaurant. You own a restaurant offline, and I own the same restaurant. Same kind of restaurant, same kind of food, same chef, as a matter of fact. Only difference, location. Your restaurant is located in a busy area, shopping mall. People come in and out all the time. My restaurant is located in a back alley. It is hidden. Well, your restaurant is going to fare better than mine, and here's why. People are going to come to that shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their hair, maybe do their nails, buy some clothes, window shopping. Whatever it is that brings them to the shopping mall, they will eventually get hungry. Look up at your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, they're going to have to know it is there. They're going to have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what is traffic then? The people coming, the customers coming in and out of your business. That's traffic. Now, what about traffic online? But before I go there, I want to say this. In this digital day and age, if you have an offline business like the restaurant, please get yourself an online presence. Otherwise, you're going to be smoked by your competition. But the reverse is not true, though. You can have a very successful business online with no offline presence. Typical example, Amazon. So what am I saying in essence? It is true that we have lots of businesses offline, millions upon millions of them. But it is also true that we have more businesses online than we do offline, billions of them. And all of these businesses online, yes, they thrive on traffic too. No traffic, they are dead. So what is online traffic? Clicks, my friend, clicks. You have a business online, you can call it charlesoson.com. What needs to happen first, people need to come and click for you to make a sale. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So we do have businesses, small, large. We do have individuals online making tons of money. How do they do that? They simply drive traffic to all these billions of businesses online. Good example of them is what? Google. And then we have something called targeted traffic. What is targeted traffic? Say you go online looking for a TV, and somebody comes behind you and say, hey, why don't you go to charlesoson.com? And the moment you go there, all you see is TVs, all kinds of TVs, all colors, all prices. Your chances of buying very high. Well, guess what? That store just got itself a targeted traffic, huge. And now our CEO, Mr. Ash Mofara, is the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. That is why I said because of traffic, you and I can dream again. He proved himself. Upon graduation, he joined a few companies, got involved with a few companies, drove traffic to them, millions upon millions of customers. He made some money, good money doing that. And these companies also made a lot of money. But most of them are going to go out of business. Why? No legitimate viable product. I told you guys earlier, that company is a time bomb. So Mr. Mofara and his family, notably his wife, who is also an IT professional, is going to sit down and say, you know what? We need to stop driving customers, driving traffic to businesses that are unstable, to businesses that are eventually going to go out. So we are going to start our own. Yes, we're going to get legitimate, viable digital services. We're going to bring in founding members, you and I, drive traffic to them, and everybody is going to make money and everybody's going to be happy. My friends, that's the birth of ONPASSIVE. So Mr. Mofara and his friends, just over 3 years ago, and note, 3 years ago, that's important because there was no pandemic. They're going to sit down and say, hey, we are starting our own. We are going to get legitimate, viable digital services. We have 7.7 or thereabout people on earth, 7.7 billion. And at any point in time, 7 million of these are online. That's what statistics said, 7 million. And these people are looking for services. What kind of services? And now, 3 years ago, 7 million, you can imagine what it is today with the pandemic. But 7 million is still a lot. What kind of services are they looking for? I can tell you this, online banking is one of them. I know that, I do that, sometimes twice a day, sometimes more. And some of you do that as well. But when we do these things, there are companies, individuals that monetize on our services. So these guys are going to say, you know what? With artificial intelligence, yes, we can do that too, even better. Some of us online are on our favorite social media, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. I love Facebook. But when we are on Facebook, what are we doing? We are sending texts, photos to colleagues, family members, classmates. That's called community. And Facebook, the company Facebook, is making a killing. These guys are going to say with AI, we can have our own, even better. Some of us online, we're doing e-commerce, drop shipping, email marketing, bulk emailing. Guess what? I know people online making 6- and 7-figure income just doing email marketing. And these guys are going to say with AI, we can do ours even better. Some of us online, we're video conferencing, right? If you can see me now or hear me or both, it means you went to some application called Zoom, put in some number, and there we are. That's video conferencing, my friends. The owners, the founders of Zoom are making serious money just like you and I are talking right now. They're monetizing on our services. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype. We have AnyMeeting, Cisco WebEx, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams. We have a plethora of them out there. All of them making serious money, especially after the pandemic. But let's focus on Zoom because Zoom is the most popular amongst all of them. And today is your day. Wait until ONPASSIVE launches its webinar platform, and then you're going to find out. The images are clearer, super clearer, 3D. It is more secure, end-to-end encrypted. It is scalable. And above all, guess what? It is cheaper. Like I said, Zoom, as of today, is still the most popular. Now, prior to COVID-19, statistics show that Zoom was averaging 10 million participants every day. April 1st, 2020, same company took a statistic. That number had risen to over 300 million participants a day. You can imagine what it is today. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine came up with a report. Zoom had made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. You can imagine what's going on. Why do you think that's happening? Ever since the pandemic, everybody's going virtual. Universities, high school, middle school, elementary schools, asking students to take classes virtually. So those of us who are parents, digital immigrants, we don't know how to use Zoom. Well, we're going to find out how to use it. So our kids can take classes, right? We have no choice. I've seen pastors, men of God, women of God, having virtual prayer services, virtual weddings, virtual all kinds of stuff. And these guys are ONPASSIVE. They are going to help us monetize. It's that simple. Now let's talk about another service, virtual private network, VPN. What is that, right? Just a fancy name, my friends, fancy name for a tunnel. It's a tunnel that cuts across a major network, such as the internet. It provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Ever since the pandemic, more and more companies asking employees to work from home. So when you hear somebody says, I'm telecommuting, what does that mean? They're working from home. What does that mean? That means somebody, some company is monetizing on their services. Federal government asking employees to work from home. What these guys are ONPASSIVE. They're gonna say, you know what? We have AI. We're gonna have our own VPN. Super, super smart, more intelligent, more scalable, more secure, and above all, guess what? Cheaper. When ONPASSIVE launches, my friends, I can assure you the big players in this space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there's a new sheriff in town. Yes, they will know. Now let's talk about another service. One more, at least one more, and then we'll move on. Search engine optimization, SEO. What is that? Sounds like a mouthful, right? But we know of search engines. We know of Yahoo, for example. We know of Bing. And those of us Apple enthusiasts, we are very familiar with Safari. Now, each and every one of us should know of Google. Google is so popular, it's like a verb these days. Google it. Well, you can go to Google to search for something 10 times a day, 100 times a day, free of charge. You can get a Gmail account, 1, 10, 20, 100, free of charge. Sounds like everything is free in Google, yet Google is a multi-billion-dollar company. You and I go to Facebook for free, yet Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar company. Well, here's a multi-billion-dollar question I got for you. How does Google make the money? Most of us don't know, and frankly, most of us don't even care. But I'm going to just share with you one of the main ways that they make money, because ONPASSIVE is going to help us make money the same way. You go to Google, you search for something. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, but it can be a watch, a phone, but let's say it's a camera. Why? Because I have a store online and I market cameras. So you go online and you search for cameras. One of them is going to pop up from my store, right? And you can click on it. Guess what you just did? You just costed me money. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. They call it pay-per-click. So Google says, you market something through us, and the customer comes looking for that item. We are going to optimize our search, bring your item to the top. Why not? You've paid us. As long as they see it, our job is done. Pay-per-click. You can imagine a small business person like me every month paying Google about $400 a month just on clicks. I'm also paying Microsoft. Why am I paying Microsoft? Bill Gates is a genius. He knows that search engine is going to be big. Didn't have time to start a brand new company. He bought an existing company called Bing, revamped it, and business people like myself will have to pay him. I'm also paying a company called GoDaddy for domain name service, DNS. Every business online has to have a domain name. So when you hear xxx.com, that's a domain name. .org, .whatever, it's a domain name. Guess what? There are companies like GoDaddy making tons of money just doing that. ONPASSIVE is going to help us make money just like GoDaddy, DNS, AI-driven. ONPASSIVE is going to help us make money like Google. Search engine optimization, AI-driven from start to finish. By the time you type the first character, it already knows where you are headed. A revolution. When ONPASSIVE launches, the big players in this space, like Google, like Microsoft, they will know there's a new kid on the block. Yes, they will know. So those are services. What am I doing, or what have I just done? just giving you a few of those services, digital services that ONPASSIVE is putting together. The ones that you and I can relate to, okay? There are more than 50 of them. What is ONPASSIVE doing? ONPASSIVE says, if you're an individual, you're a business person, small or large, you think of a service online, digital service, we have got it for you. AI-driven, superior, better, and cheaper. All under one umbrella, same place. In IT, we'll call it single sign-on. And here's a big word for you to take home today. Integrated. All of these services are integrated. No company on earth has ever done it before successfully. ONPASSIVE is the first, and we are 99% there. And that is what drove me crazy when I heard about this company. Now, I know a lot of you here are founders already. Those who are guests, you're going to be founders maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. But when you become a founder, you are going to get excited. Yes, you will get excited. And when you get excited, what happens? You tell everyone you know. You tell your friends, family members, I just found this company. And some of them will look at you, some of them will laugh at you, and some of them will even ask you, by the way, do they even have a product? My friends, remember, our products are intangible. I just mentioned some of them to you. Here's what you taught them. We have a total internet solution. Or you can say total digital solution. Total IT solution, same thing. We at ONPASSIVE, we call it Smart Business Solution, SBS. Because if you're a smart business person, you're gonna get them. If you get them, it'll increase your bottom line. This is value. I just told you guys earlier. You don't have to recruit to make money. You don't have to come out of pocket month in, month out to pay some bill. No ownership. And above all, most importantly, we have the best legitimate digital viable products in this day and age. My friends, you're going to be hard pressed to find all three of these in one place. And if you do, you contact me, I will be your first customer. Now, with this kind of value, what is it going to cost you to become a founder of this company today? Fortunately for you, we are still in pre-launch. When my friend came to me a couple of years back, it was $97. Today, it is still $97. How much longer is it going to be $97? Not for long, my friends. I can assure you that. Very soon, we're going to be in soft launch. What is soft launch? A period when we beta test our products. Some of the products are already coming out, and we're going to be beta testing them, we the founders. But before we officially do that, the price to become a founder is going to change. It's going to go up significantly. So if you're here and you're not yet a founder, get back to whoever invited you, get on it ASAP. Save yourself a few dollars. Richard Branson, CEO of Virgin Atlantic Airlines, he said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you don't understand it, jump on it and then begin to learn about that later. This is that amazing opportunity. Way beyond amazing. Why? Because our CEO says you come in 30 days later, you don't like it, your money is refundable. Just say, I want my money back. You can't beat that. You pay $97. What happens next? Financially, nothing. You can share with your family and friends, just like we just did to you, or you can just sit back, wait for launch. And when we launch, you're going to have to come out of pocket again one last time. And what will you be paying for? Those services I just mentioned, a bunch of them, more than 50. I mentioned a few of them: VPN, email marketing, online banking, search engine optimization, and there are more, IP tracker, okay, or autoresponder, so many of them under one umbrella. Guess what? If you are new here today, please sit up. This is the meat of this presentation. When ONPASSIVE launches, there will be no more founders. That's it, done. Don't matter how much money you have. Our AI traffic is gonna go to work for us. bringing in customers and or resellers. And when these customers come in, what are they going to be paying for? Subscription, just like I pay Google, just like I pay Microsoft. How much are they going to be paying? Around $250. What are they going to be getting? All those services I just told you in one bundle. What a bargain. Now, we the founders, upon launch, we are also going to be customers. We are going to be a product of the product. We are going to be ONPASSIVE's first customers. So we are going to come in and come out of pocket and purchase this package. But fortunately for us, we're going to purchase just once. Customers are going to pay in, month out. Why? We are here because of monthly residual income. You cannot have monthly residual income without monthly subscription. So yes, it is a monthly subscription, but we the founders, we are going to pay for it just once out of pocket upon launch. Subsequently, AI traffic goes to work on our behalf, bringing in customers and giving us commission. Our monthly subscription comes out of our profits subsequently. So once out of pocket, and that's it. ONPASSIVE, guess what? We the founders, we are going to come out of pocket twice in our lifetime. $97 if you come in today gives you your spot as a founder. Upon launch, you come out of pocket one more time, get the package, and that's it. Subsequently, money in your bank account. You cannot beat that. It has never happened, but yes, it is happening. Let me say one more thing, and then I'm going to let some of the other leadership council members have a word, and we'll go to Q&A. One last thing. There is risk in every business. ONPASSIVE is no different. What is our risk? $97. And our CEO, because of his refund, has made it less of a risk. So you can say there is no risk. However, it is a risk. Some people are going to have a problem. Coming out of pocket with $97, no problem. If you are one of those, trust me, you can still make money with ONPASSIVE. Let me explain to you how. Don't become a founder. Keep your money. You wait until we launch. You wait even 6 months after launch, 2 years after launch, until it becomes a household name, right? And then you can come in. You can come in as a customer or reseller. You will still make some money. But are you going to make the kind of money that founders make? Heck no. The people that make the money are those that come in early, those that come in when it is still an ideology. They take that leap of faith, jump in it. Before the world knows about it, they are in money. You wait until it becomes a household name. Too little, too late. So there you have it, my friends. I believe I've given you enough information to make an informed decision. Okay? So if you think you're ready, great. If not, I'm going to sit here with a bunch of leadership council members, and we are going to take our questions. But before we do that, I am going to hand over to anyone here that has a word or two before we can go to Q&A. Red, you have a word or two.
How you doing, Charles? Thanks very much.
All right.
Excellent presentation, as always. The only things I had is for anybody, if you're a guest here right now and you have loved what Charles has said and you are looking to get involved with ONPASSIVE and sign up with us as a founder, the way that you do this is get back to the person who has invited you here today, and they will give you a registration link. Now, this is really, really important that you do get back to the person who has invited you here today to grab hold of their registration link. Okay, we are one great big family here, but we do want you to go back to him. So get hold of that registration link, put your details in there, and then once you have paid that $97, you will then become a founder. Remember what Charles said. Once you have signed up, a box will pop up. This will pop up with the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement. Okay, it is a bunch of do's and don'ts and what you're allowed to do. This is a good thing, guys. It's not a bad thing. It is a very good thing. It shows that we are a legal, ethical company, and we want to stay that like that by ensuring that the founders, that's the likes of you and I, hopefully, okay, know the rules of the company. And you scroll right down to the bottom, there's 2 tick boxes that you have to put a tick in, and then you sign. Okay, that's you done. Okay, and that's the NDA. You can view it, download it, keep it, and you will also get a receipt for your $97 that will be available in your back office. Just before I finish and we go to Q&A, unless there's other leaders who want to say their part. Amazon, Charles mentioned Amazon. They're one of the largest online companies at the moment. And did you know that Amazon, over the period of years they've been operating, have produced 40,000 millionaires in their time? And they haven't even tried to or wanted to have that many millionaires as founders within Amazon. Our CEO, Ash Mufareh, he is here and he wants to make as many of us as possible wealthy online and to have that residual monthly income. So whatever you're doing right now, guys, you need to remember what you do now affects where you're going to be in 2 years' time. Okay, Ash Mufareh said, everybody in the near future will have a reason to come to ONPASSIVE, whether they're going to come for the services, the communications, or anything else online. They will have a reason to use our products and services. And it is so, so true. So jump in, guys, trust the person who has brought you here. Okay, and you can also use your Visa and MasterCard to pay as well. So you're covered by that Visa and MasterCard guarantee. If you do not believe us. Okay, over to Susie, I believe, or Mike Ellis.
Well, I just want to say what a great presentation, how exciting. And if you don't feel hope in your heart after hearing this, for goodness sakes, how great is this? And that's why we're all smiling and happy to be here. Are there any other leaders who want to speak before I start the Q&A?
Yes,
No?
Mike Ellis, no work? Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay, we do have one question in the Q&A that it says, if you do not own, it looks like Red, you're answering that. If you want to answer it, Red.
I was just about to answer it, but if you want to read it out, we'll do it
Okay,
live,
I'll
save
read
you
it out.
typing.
You can answer it. If you do not own the servers, what happens if your server company pulls an Amazon and shuts you down like Parler?
Okay, anybody want to answer this? I can, but if anybody else wants to go for it, that's fine.
You guys go ahead. I've been talking quite a bit, yeah.
Okay. For a start, we are a completely cloud-based company. That means we are what is called liquid hosting, which means that everything we do online is cloud-based. So this is a good thing, not a bad thing. It means that liquid hosting means that if there is a surge in people trying to log into our websites, then it automatically adjusts this. Okay, so you don't get any crashes. If you are a server-based online company, this is how crashes occur, by influxes of millions, if thousands and millions of people all trying to click in at the same time. If you're using liquid hosting on the cloud, then it automatically adjusts. Now, we are doing that at the moment, and there is obviously tangible reasons for us to do that. And I know that Ash Mufareh is absolutely paying a fortune to be able to host that. As far as our products are concerned, every single product of ONPASSIVE has been built from the ground up using artificial intelligence by our developers in Hyderabad, India. Okay, so we own them. They are all going to be patented as well, so that they are proprietary, which means it's only ONPASSIVE that will legally be able to have them hosted on our websites underneath that one umbrella that Charles mentioned. I hope that has answered your question.
Well, thank you very much.
Let me add just a little bit to that, Susie, just real quick. Yeah, we do use Amazon's cloud. And Ash Mufareh is very, very aware that we need redundancy in everything that we do. And if something happened with that particular service, it's already set up. And that's why Red talks about a liquid servers. Everything can move over to the next one, the next one, the next one. So Ash has seen this. He's looked at it. He's addressed it. And he's ready for anything that happens. We don't think anything is going to happen, but if it does, he's ready to do whatever he needs to do, and we have that redundancy. So hopefully that helps.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Oh, so here's a reminder about the Q&A. The Q&A today is for guests only. Founders, we have a private Q&A on Mondays. I have 2 hands risen. What happens is I'm going to bring you in to the panel, and when you come on, you'll be able to open up your video and your mic and ask your question. Please do not ask questions in the chat because they get lost there. If you want to ask a question and not be on the screen, go down to the Q&A and type in your question and we'll circle back to those. So I'm going to let Augustin Flores in and Janine Seckler. I'm going to bring you in as well. Augustin, when you can unmute yourself and ask your question, go ahead. Augustin Flores. You can go down to the microphone and unmute yourself. Okay, let's try Janine Seckler, and I'm going to bring in Christy as well. Janine, if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, there she goes. Hi, Janine.
Hi, Susan. I am already a founder, and it seems like when it shows that I have my hand raised or not raised, so when I click on the hand, so it lowers my hand. Why does it say that I want to ask a question? Because the hand shows that I'm raised. Then when I press it, it says I'm lowering my hand. So that's why I asked, is there something wrong with the raised hand and lower hand?
Who would like to answer that for Janine?
That's an easy one. That's the easiest question. Janine, it's okay. You're here. We can lower your hand for you. Don't worry about it. Okay.
So is there something wrong with the mouse when I click? It says that I have my hand raised, but I click on it, then it says it's lower. So am I doing the wrong thing by clicking on it?
No, you're doing the right thing. So sometimes it can be faulty, right? So, but you're doing the right thing. And don't worry, we got you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Janine.
Thank you, Susie.
Okay, Christy, would you like to ask your question? And I'm also going to bring in Brad Cease.
Yeah. So the question that I have is I'm going to be coming into ONPASSIVE with an existing business. And I'm really intrigued by the fact that it is kind of a all-in-one solution. But in order to have the website built and traffic being driven to my business, do we have to wait for the launch, or can that be done, as soon as I join?
Okay, who would like to answer that? Red? Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, okay. Well, congratulations. And it is a fantastic platform, not only for individuals, but if you have an existing business. The one thing to keep in mind is if you are bringing in an existing business into the ONPASSIVE platform, it has to be approved first, which basically means it has to be legal and above board. Okay, so just bear that in mind. But as far as the website is concerned and the existing domain name that you might have with your own business online, this will be done very close to launch or just after launch. It won't be done before that period of time. So we have to get through this pre-launch period we're into now and the soft launch period, and very close to main launch or shortly after is the time that you will be able to upload that existing business onto the ONPASSIVE platform. And for anybody else as well who's here watching this, another feature that ONPASSIVE will have as far as not only hosting and marketing your business, they're going to have their very own marketplace, very similar to what Facebook has right now. So not only will you get traffic driven to your own online business as it exists now, like Google, etc., does already, but also they will have a marketplace that the millions of customers, resellers, and founders will be able to view your business within the own ecosystem of ONPASSIVE. How cool is that as well? Another stream of customers looking at your company.
Yeah. And since you mentioned Facebook, I have one more question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Is there anything in there that would actually replace like Facebook groups?
Yeah, we have got a one of the products that will be coming online with ONPASSIVE is going to be called ONET. Okay, and this is where all of the multimedia platforms will come to. So it will be replacing Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, okay, all in the one place. And obviously there will be different tabs for what you want to do within ONET. So if you want to chat and all the rest of it, there will be tabs within ONET to do it. We haven't seen it yet ourselves, but this is what we've been told. It will facilitate everything that you see now online as far as multimedia is concerned.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Christy. As a reminder, the Q&As are for our guests today. So we have Brad on. If you'd like to unmute yourself, Brad.
Yes, thank you, Susie.
Okay.
Yes, this is a question for, I don't know, either Red or Charles. A gentleman just previous to the last person mentioned the issue of Parler and Amazon services. Now, you talk about cloud-based, but you're still going to need hardware servers owned by someone, and I presume it's not going to be ONPASSIVE. So even though you talked about, and I don't know what this liquid thing means, so if you want to explain that, because that stunt that AWS pulled with Parler can be repeated many more times to different groups as they choose. So can you address that?
Yeah.
That's question one of two.
Okay, we'll start with one, and Marty's got his hand right up there, so go for it, Marty.
ONPASSIVE will own their own servers. They're working on it now. So that's one thing. So if it gets shut down, it will be shut down by ONPASSIVE, and I don't think they plan on shutting anything down. So I think that answers the question for you.
Yeah, I mean, the other part I'd put to that is with any new company, you have to start somewhere, you know, and part of starting is you have to use at some point other people's technology to actually start. So that is why we are using Amazon cloud hosting at the moment until we've got our own cloud hosting, which is, like Marty's just said, is in the pipeline to do. And obviously there is that risk of getting closed down straight away, but it's not going to happen because of the size of what we're doing. We're legitimate, we are viable, we're above board. And one thing we certainly are not is political. And that was basically one of the reasons why Parler was closed down. So right at the beginning, we are going to be using those. Liquid hosting, by the way, is basically the same sort of scenario as if you're driving a car and you put your foot down on the gas, it opens up the carburetor and lets more fuel into the engine. Okay, liquid hosting is exactly the same scenario, that when you are needing more fuel for your servers, it opens up basically more servers to accommodate what it is. Okay, and that's all done automatically. We have bought from Amazon an amount of hosting space which far outweighs what our demand is going to be, and it goes up and down in a variable to be able to host all that. I hope that has gone some way to explain some of how it all works. I know it's pretty technical and most of our guests don't really even need to worry about that, but thanks very much for the question.
Keep in mind, liquid hosting is an automatic adjuster for bandwidth.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And in the future, one of the products will be people will come to us to host their companies. So that's what they're getting ready for.
Okay.
So we will have our own.
Well, thank you. Well, that's great. Now, again, limitations of startup companies. Susie has got a whole list of apps behind her, But Charles and anyone else who's a coder knows as well as I do that you can't code them all simultaneously. You need a certain core of apps to begin with. So what are we talking with that's being worked on as the core for the underlying stuff?
Each item you see listed behind Susie is an independent company. And all of these companies will be on one platform. They are not apps. You will log in and have your own area for each one of them. That's why this is so huge. It would be like you logging into Zoom. You get in Zoom, you can go into ONET, you can go into all of these. The difference will be the panel will show them all, but each one of them has their own staff, their own support, their own tech team. Everything is separate, but yet it's all joined together.
So, okay, so now I'm getting a little bit confused. So when I become a founder, what am I becoming a founder in? The overall company that links and the software that links all those independent companies?
Yes.
As a group? Like what am I getting involved with?
You are going to be a founder of everything you see behind Susie, plus anything they develop in the next 10, 15 years or more.
So everything that's behind Susie is simply a subset of this overriding ONPASSIVE entity?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, it's
Okay.
that big, Brad. I know what you're thinking. Same here when I got in. It's huge, absolutely huge.
The reason it's been set up like that as well is because we are going to be a customer-based company when we launch. At the moment, we are inviting founders to look at us, to join us in our foundership to found the company. And once we go to main launch, that's it for founders. Then we will be marketing to customers to use the products and services of ONPASSIVE. So if you are a customer, you probably won't even know it's ONPASSIVE because you will just be using one of the products. And that's why they are standalone, because individually customers will just be buying that one product to use, but we as founders will be getting a residual income from that customer using that one product, which then it is the commission that we will get for being a founder within ONPASSIVE, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you've cleared that up, Red and Marty. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you,
Cool.
Brad, for joining us. Next we have, I think is it Aya or Jaya Ramalu? If you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question, just go down to the microphone. Red, we have some questions in the Q&A. Do you want me to read those while we wait?
Yeah, sure, go for it, Susan.
Okay. Do you utilize blockchain technology in your platform?
Charles?
Yes, we do. In our own wallet, not really platform as the whole, but we do have some crypto, if that's what you're asking. We do accept, in our own wallet, we're going to have about 5 different cryptos: Litecoin, Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Dash, if that's what your question is.
Let me jump in on that too, Charles. Will we be using blockchain in the actual wallets of ONPASSIVE? And what we've heard from Ash is, yeah, that technology will probably be used in ONPASSIVE for the wallets. Haven't heard a great deal about it, but when Ash is ready, he'll come out and tell us how the wallets work and if blockchain is part of that particular part of ONPASSIVE. So blockchain has been discussed, and yeah, I think we'll probably be using it.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Let me add a little
Susie,
bit. With blockchain, remember, it doesn't have to be so-called crypto coin. Blockchain is a technology, and it can store tons and tons of info in a block. And I would not be surprised if the size of ONPASSIVE, that there is some type of blockchain storage. I would, in fact, I would bet there would be. But as everybody said, it hasn't been brought to us yet. But I think it's inevitable that that's part of the structure, just for the amount of data that the company's going to be generating.
Yeah, and it's also data, but it's also security. Blockchain is very, very secure, and that's very important to ONPASSIVE.
Okay. Well said, Mike.
Susie,
Yeah.
Susie, just before you go on, I'm going to slide off now. Thank you very much, guys, for inviting me here. Now I'm in the middle of packing and going. I've got to go for drinks.
Okay. Enjoy, Red. Thank you.
Cheers,
Okay.
guys.
We'll get back to more Q&A. Harvey, you are here. You're unmuted if you'd like to ask your question.
Yes, my name is Harvey Shropshire. My question is, what happens when you're not technologically oriented? I do have a business. It's a company that I do own. I own a trademark as well, and it's designed for teaching math for students who are have dyscalculia. But my problem is trying to get it exposed, but I'm not technologically oriented. So, how will your company help me in that regard?
Well, who would like to answer? I'm going to tell you a resounding, you're all set, because ONPASSIVE provides an automated business and everything made very simple. But would someone like to comment more in depth? Mike Ellis?
Yeah, Harvey, as you come into ONPASSIVE, you can actually take your business and put it on the platform of ONPASSIVE. And ONPASSIVE is going to hook it up to AI. They're going to drive traffic for you. They're going to get people in front of what you're doing. But it's even better than that. It sounds like it's an educational product. You can actually put this on Ocademy and set your whole curriculum up on Ocademy. And with Ocademy, all of a sudden, if you were local, all of a sudden you become worldwide. And ONPASSIVE will literally promote what you do online, drive traffic to that. And if you're a good teacher, which I'm sure you are, there's no limit to the amount of money you can make by the students coming in and you tutoring them. And really, it will be a worldwide market. That's what ONPASSIVE can do for you. And regardless of your tech experience, you really don't need anything. That's why ONPASSIVE is here. It's what they do: AI, IT, artificial intelligence, informational technology, and they'll hook everything up for you, drive traffic for you, and bring customers in for you or students in for you. It's a really smooth thing. And once we launch and you can use these tools of ONPASSIVE, you're going to see that, yeah, the sky's the limit for your particular field. Anything else, Marty or Charles?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I think you did the whole thing. I just want to assure Harvey that Ash Mofara created this company for people like you. Okay, and you don't have to know anything concerning technology to be successful. 100% hands-free, automated for each and every one of us. However, those people who are techie, I want to have a little bit of fun. Hey, it's there for you also, right? We're all gonna succeed, period. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Harvey. Is that
Thank you.
question?
Yeah, that's my question. That's for right now. I'm enjoying everything I'm hearing thus far.
Okay, great. I just want to tell people there was some questions in the back of when is launch date. We don't know when launch date is. Another question that was asked, $97 now to become a founder. How much is the fee when we do go into hard launch? That has not been determined yet. We're thinking around $200 or so, and it's a one-time payment because your next month payment will come out of profit. So we're going to ask Chuck, who's here, if he'd like to unmute himself and ask his question. Chuck? Okay, he may have raised his hand by mistake. We'll give him another second. I'm going to bring in Franklin and Wasir. Okay, and we do have a few more questions in the Q&A. I lost my king of Q&A, Mr. Q&A Red. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Franklin. Would you like to ask your question, please?
Yes, I'm Franklin Maloba. I am a student in the US and I came from Cameroon. So I actually happened to study in a royal environment, and based on my hard work and opportunity, I got a scholarship to come here in the US. So I want to pay back home to those rural environments where students don't have the opportunity to be like me. So I have trying to create a non-governmental organization where I can try to raise funds to support students in the rural environment. So how can ONPASSIVE be helpful to me to accomplish this goal in empowering young other Cameroonians who don't have the opportunity?
Okay, good question. Who would like to respond to that? Charles?
I take it. Mr. Franklin, welcome to the US and congratulations for your hard work, and be thankful to whoever invited you here. So as how can ONPASSIVE help you? In a lot of ways. All of us here, we are attracted by the humanitarian side of ONPASSIVE, right? In fact, before I respond to your question, I saw a question flew by on the chat, and somebody says, well, how can all these leaders be doing all this stuff for free? There's no incentive, there's no money for them. Guess what? We just want to help as many people as possible, people like you, okay? That's what it is. So once you come to ONPASSIVE, first of all, the first way I'm going to advise you to help people is, first of all, share the word, right? Share to as many people as possible, because the more people that have the opportunity like you, the more they reach, right? So there are several rural environments, not only in Cameroon where you come from, all over the world, right? But start by sharing. Now, once ONPASSIVE launches, we also have something called Bless, right? That is big. Now that's one of our signature products. Bless is like a crowdfunding platform that you can use being in the inside to raise funds for these rural communities, not only within, but also from the public. So yes, ONPASSIVE, first of all, is gonna enable you financially to be able to help, right? Because you're gonna have enough for yourself, and then the rest we are hoping that you will use to help, right? Also within ONPASSIVE, the Bless, you can use that, put up your project, whatever it is you're trying to do. People will see it. People will resonate with you, right? And people will contribute. As of today, we're over 650,000 founding members. Just imagine if we were to launch today and everybody was to donate just $1 from within ONPASSIVE. That's $650,000, right? Just $1. So we have something that is huge. And our community, we're expecting to hit hundreds of millions within the first year. Okay, that's possible. So just being here is enough for you. And trust me, you will find out and you'll get very, very excited.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, is that it? Thank you, Franklin. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the Q&A and then bring some more people in. I am a guest, and my question is, if I register as a co-founder and invite my friends to join, what benefit would I get? Would someone like to answer that?
Yeah, I'm sure Mike will like that.
I was thinking the same thing. That's a Mike. That's a Mike answer.
Oh, you're muted, Mike. You're muted.
You're muted.
Read it to me again. I was right in the middle of writing someone.
Oh, okay.
Let's have it again.
I am a guest, and my question is, if I register as a co-founder and invite my friends to join, what benefit would I get?
Well, every time you build your business by sharing ONPASSIVE and they come into your team, each time you bring someone into your team, that is another stream of revenue. It's a really, really big deal. And when I say another stream of revenue, it gets very, very large, very, very quickly. And what that does is it cuts time frames for you. So whatever your goal is, whatever you want to make, whatever that bottom line you're looking at, and you can cut that time frame, you get there quicker. That's where we all want to be. We want to get to that place where we don't think about finances. So sharing ONPASSIVE will help you get to that place where you don't think about finances, but it's more than that. Every time you share ONPASSIVE with an individual, they might not understand it, but you are changing their lives. And over time, as ONPASSIVE launches and the hundreds of millions of customers start coming into ONPASSIVE, these individuals that you've brought in and shared with ONPASSIVE and come in and become a founding member, They don't know it yet because they're new, but over time, and I don't mean a long period of time, they're going to be in the same position you're in where they just don't have to worry about finances. This is what Ash Mufareh wanted to do as he started to create ONPASSIVE, to give people a real way to come online, replace income, and develop wealth very, very quickly. This is what you're going to be doing as you come in and share. You're going to be helping yourself. You're going to be helping those people, and you're going to be able to get to that place where all of you just don't think about finances. I don't think about finances. Marty doesn't think about finances. Charles doesn't think about finances. Susie doesn't think about finances. We're at a point where we know what's coming. And when you get there, you can start doing your happy dance because you're going to be doing it all the time. Hopefully that helps.
Happy dance and hula hooping. Okay, so I just brought Nosa in. If you want to ask your question and unmute yourself, you can ask your question. Okay, Nosa, welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
Can you speak up a little bit more louder, please?
I just want to know if, for instance, if I want to do registration and I do not have the whole money to pay currently, can I do it instrumentally?
Can you do
Short
it?
answer is no.
No.
Okay.
No, sir. It's all at once. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much.
Okay. You're welcome, Nosa. Thanks for your question. I brought in Techno Pop 4. Techno, if you'd like to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm going to go to some of the Q&A. You mentioned ONET replacing YouTube, Facebook, etc. Why would an individual want to pay monthly for social media when currently billions are not paying for it? Would someone like to answer that question?
Maddie's hand is up. Go for it, Maddie.
I don't know why you would want to. It's part of the package that you get in ONPASSIVE. You're literally not paying for ONET. I mean, you come in and ONET's part of the deal. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. But you can go on ONET, say what you want and do what you want without somebody taking your info and selling it to somebody else. That's all. You can have a group, you can do videos, you can do what you do on Facebook. But nobody's trying to, you don't have to do any of it. Everything you see behind Susie is on the platform of ONPASSIVE for one price. Mm-hmm. It's not like 1/10 of the price is this and 1/4 of the price. The whole package is probably somewhere around $250 a month. Pay one time, rest of the time it comes out of profit. But ONET will be bigger than Facebook, but you don't have to join it. You can do whatever you want.
Okay,
thank you, Maddie. Let me just add to that so that for everybody else, just to give a bigger picture. So we say we have over 50 products in our arsenal, right? And a bunch of them, just one of those 50, let's just take one out of the 50 because we have Academy, we have Bless, so many of them. But let's take one, which is the webinar platform, Connect, right? So my friends, this webinar platform that you are on, looking at right now, Ash Mufareh is paying over about $6,500 every month, okay? Just on this webinar platform. Now, just imagine we have that, better than this, better than Zoom. We have Academy, we have ONET, we have Staff, all of these different products. So what we are saying is that there are lots of free products in ONPASSIVE, including ONET, right? So ONET is free, OTrim is free, a bunch of them that are free. You just take one of them, it covers way more than that $250 that you're paying. So that's not what you're paying for, my friend. All those other ones are free, just so you know.
Okay, thank you, Charles. We brought Chuck back in. If you want to unmute yourself, Chuck, and try again to ask your question, Chuck. And we also have Charles Gabula from London. Charles, if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question.
My question here is, regarding the benefits. Can we explicitly explain the benefits one can have when one brings in a member to this group in the business?
Okay.
Hello? Can we explain, because the previous statement, the previous question was not explicitly answered, because
Okay.
I was expecting correct benefits for one.
This is Chuck, right? Chuck, it seems to me that you're a founder, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a founder, yeah.
Okay, can you come back with your question on Monday, please?
Monday, okay.
And the reason I said that because I recognize 370-153 Chuck.
Yes, that's me.
Okay. Come back on Monday. Charles, remind me. I will explicitly explain it to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Chuck. We do have some in the Q&A. Apparently, and I'll read this and answer it. Apparently, there are many products now. What is the best way to keep up with product details? How will I learn about new products? You join as a founder. And once you become a founding member, you sign your NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and you have access to the back office where proprietary information is shared amongst founders. We have private webinars. You'll be kept updated. And then you can also participate in the beta testing as we continue through our launch. So I'm sure that answered that question. I brought in Carolyn Thompson, if you'd like to unmute yourself. And
I was supposed to be next.
Oh, I thought it was the same person. I'm sorry, Charles, go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to add on the on ONET, because someone asked a question, why would they have to pay to become to use ONET? As Charles said, you don't need to pay to use ONET, but there are some advantages which you can get on using ONET. For reasons, if you are on Facebook and you've got, let's say, 5,000 people on Facebook, you don't get paid for those people to sign up under you. So if you come on ONET and you invite those people on it and they see the product that we've got, they are going to be signing up and you're going to be getting advantage of getting more customers in your team. That's what I want to say. And I want also to thank you guys. You do a great job. I don't think whether I can do what you do, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charles.
You did pretty good, Charles. Yeah, you did okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, Carolyn Thompson, if you would like to unmute yourself. Carolyn?
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Carolyn?
I'm fine, thank you. I would like a brief synopsis of what this business is about. I was introduced. I was invited by a friend, so I need some clarity.
Okay, did you join us at the beginning?
Yes, I did, but I'm still lost.
Okay.
If you did from the beginning, I will explain like detailedly. I don't know if a brief synopsis is going to help. I think that.
Go ahead and I'll tell you where I understand, because I've been here since 11 and I still don't get the entirety of this business.
Okay, so let me give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Okay. All right. So we are a AI, artificial intelligence IT company, right? In the making. It hasn't launched yet.
Okay.
And we have over 50 products, digital products, right? Like Zoom, the one that you're on. We have something better than Zoom, like what Facebook is using, like what Google is using. We have all those different products, YouTube, all of them in one place, okay? And because we are in pre-launch, we are accepting founding members. So those of us who are here today are founders, and we're letting the world know that if you become a founder with this company, when we launch, your financial future is settled. That's what we're doing. So how do you become a founder of this company? By paying a fee today of $97, or you wait, the fee is about to go up during our soft launch. What does soft launch mean? It means that we, the founders, are testing the products that are out. That's what soft launch means. And then when we go public, we'll come out of pocket again, one last time. And that amount is going to be around $250. After that, you are done. Okay. Your subscription will be paid from the profit from commission.
All right. May I interject? May I interject? This $97 fee, it's a one-time fee or is it an annual fee?
It's an annual fee. However, it's one time out of pocket. At the end of the year, it's going to come from your profit, from your commission.
So how do we earn?
Say that again?
How do we earn from this business?
How do we earn? Oh, okay. So basically, if you are here from the beginning, you must have heard me say that I pay Google every month, right? I pay them about 400 bucks.
Hey, Charles,
Yes.
let me take this one,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Just very, very quickly, I'm going to tell you how ONPASSIVE works for you. ONPASSIVE AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology. As you come in, ONPASSIVE is going to set up 100% automated business for you. The way they're going to do that is they're going to make a sales platform for you. They're going to hook it up to AI that makes it 100% automated, and then they're going to drive traffic through your sales funnel. As customers come in and land underneath you, ONPASSIVE is going to pay you a certain percentage of the amount they're paying for the products. So it's very, very simple. It's 100% automated. You're going to put ONPASSIVE to work for you. They're going to do the job for you. And for doing that, letting them work for you, you're going to get paid from the customers that land underneath you. Carolyn, does that make sense?
To some extent.
Okay. If you have a quick question, I can answer that one too. Tell me what extent it didn't make sense.
So do I need to recruit persons in
You do
order
not.
to?
There are no qualifications. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to buy. You don't have to share. No qualifications. ONPASSIVE is going to do this for you. 100% automated.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it for now. Okay, no problem. That's it for now.
It makes it very, very easy for you, Carolyn. It really does.
Okay, Carolyn. And I recommend you reach back to the person who invited you, and they can plug you in to more resources to learn a little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, guys. There's a few more in the Q&A, and unfortunately I have to leave in about 5 minutes, but I'll get through some of them. I do have a family commitment. Let's see. Laptops, mobiles, computers. Do Windows have our ONPASSIVE tools automatically on the screen? Anyone want?
Okay. So yes, laptops. Yeah. So we're gonna have everything automatic. Okay. So it's gonna be there. You don't have to log in and out all the time. It's not there yet. Okay. When we launch, it's not gonna be integrated to Windows, if that's what you're asking, right? It's not gonna be integrated to Windows. Okay. But however, once you log in, you can leave it open. You can leave your dashboard open, and everything else will be integrated. Okay. I hope that answers this question.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to bring in one more hand raise. I've got about 5 more minutes myself. So we have, let's see, trying to look at all.
While you're looking at it, somebody says what payment methods are supported by ONPASSIVE?
Yes.
Well, no PayPal, no Stripe, okay? But we do have credit card, debit cards, global ones. We do have cryptocurrencies, and we're gonna be having a few more come soft launch. We haven't been told yet, but it's gonna be very, very highly automated. Okay, that's it.
Okay, we have Adek Kunli Sanwo. If you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question, and I apologize if I didn't pronounce it.
Yeah, thank you for the job you're doing. My name is Adekunle Sanwo is my name. Yes, my question is, how do we learn all this training or resources we put before us for us to know more about the business? At least they're going to register with due to the pre-launch, they're going to register with $7. After that, how do we need to go through any form of training? And if yes, Well, which means are we going to acquire the training? That's my question.
Someone want to answer that?
Okay. So at Dekunle, once you pay your $97, like we say, it's hand-free. You don't have to do anything. However, if you want to learn more, you have access to tons of material, right? So you have access to a Go Founders back office, which has all kinds of materials. We have downloads, we have different things that you can get hands on. We have YouTube videos, we have webinars for founders only that you can come to. So we have a lot of ways. I think the first thing is get back to whoever invited you, let them connect you so that you're connected. For those who want to stay connected, trust me, you can spend hours a day. And the more you spend those hours, the more you're going to learn, the more you're going to love it. Okay.
Okay. What's the name? If I want to check on YouTube.
The name of what?
Of the program.
It's ONPASSIVE. Just go to YouTube, say ONPASSIVE presentation, ONPASSIVE products. Just click any of those, and you will see a bunch of information.
ONPASSIVE.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for joining us. We have Janine Seckler, if you want to unmute yourself and ask your question. Hi, Janine.
Hi, Susie and everyone. This was a thing that when the teacher was on about like.
We just lost her. Okay, fellas, if you're okay with taking over the rest of the Q&A.
Yeah, Susie, go ahead and get out of here. Marty will take over and we'll continue to answer questions. Great job. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, I apologize. I have to leave early, but all I have to say is if all your questions aren't answered, that's okay. I jumped right on board because it clicked in my head that this is something huge. So I recommend you get back to the person who invited you, jump on board, and then you're going to have more access to more information and you're going to just keep smiling. So thank you, everybody.
All right. Take care. Have a good weekend.
Excellent. You're next. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Little microphone down there. Click it on the bottom left-hand side. Oh, well.
Got a question in the Q&A. What are the monthly fees? Pretty simple. What's it cost? And I guess I'll answer that. Right now, as you come in as and pay the membership fee, it is a monthly fee. That fee is right around $250, but you only have to pay it once, and the preceding months come from the profits of ONPASSIVE. To come in as a founder today, it's $97. That locks you into the company, locks you into the pay structure. A very, very good place to be. So those are the fees.
Cool. Excellent.
So is Excellent talking or not? Excellent Enterprises? Okay, I guess not. All right. Do we have any more hands raised, Maddie? I think I see a live.
There's one. Hold on. Yep. Oh, now there's three. Chris Light, ask your question. Just unmute yourself.
I want to find out if the $97 paid will eventually make one a founder, and if it does or if it doesn't, how much they want need to pay again to become a member, to become a founder or a leader of your passive.
So yes, your $97 makes you a founder. You don't have to pay again. You just pay. Every founder is going to pay one more time when the company launches. And that we say is around $250. So in ONPASSIVE, you're going to come out of pocket twice, right? First time, locks your position in as a founder, that is $97. And then you sit down and wait until we launch, and you pay one more time, okay? Does that answer your question, my friend, Chris?
Yeah, it does kind of like answer, yes. And I want to find out the $97 to become a founder, what would be the responsibility of the founder apart from bringing more in people? What responsibility will the founder have?
No, there is no responsibility for you to earn. However, we feel like responsible to help our family and friends earn. That's why we share. You don't have to, right? Once you can just not talk to anybody, you can just wait until launch and pay that one-time subscription, and you start earning, right? So you don't have a responsibility per se. You don't have to, but I think that whoever told you was nice enough to tell you, right? Otherwise, you would have missed out. So why don't you return the favor to somebody else? That's all we're doing, paying forward. Okay?
And that will be all, Shaz. Thank you so much, Shaz. It'll be wonderful.
All right. Okay. Any other question?
I think we're good to go, guys.
All right. Okay. So no question on the Q&A, no question on the chat. Okay. So guys, have a great weekend. We'll have another guest webinar on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get your guests, get your loved ones in. On Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is for you founders. Those of you who are founders, come with all your questions. Those of you who are going to become founders today, between now and Monday, you are free to come in on Monday also. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Glad to have you, especially you, the guests. Welcome on board for those of you who are coming in. Thank you. All right, guys.